Welcome to the Bottom Line broadcast. I'm your host today, Connor O'Brien. This is our first ever segment for the Bottom Line, and we're so glad you're joining us. If you've ever walked across the arbor, you've probably seen a man in a stand offering to answer questions for just a nickel. That would be the question man. Recently, our on-site reporter, Ben Nitka, dropped by to ask him a few questions.
Got questions? He's got your answers. Today, they were free.
I'm Larry. I grew up in the Glader Valley from a farm family, raised lemons, avocados, Christmas trees off of Patterson Avenue. Well, I enjoy young people. I'm here to encourage them to work hard, get a good education, do what's right. I know sometimes you do what's right and life comes back at you, but if you do what's right, you can at least live with yourself. Half of life is just living with yourself. I get the question, and I mean, even a little kid came up. I know he didn't have the question. What's the meaning of life? I mean, what are you telling me? You know, you got 5 seconds. What's the meaning of life, you know? Well, I have these standard questions. Basically, it says...
Can I hold that up?
Sure, yeah, hold it up to the camera. Where do we come from? What are we doing here? Where are we going? I mean, those are the questions that man's been asking ever since we got here. And I think it's important to try to figure those things out, if you can.
For most of you, Deltopia is still fresh on your minds. The event dates back to 2004 when it was called Flowtopia, a party event on the beaches of Isla Vista. However, due to the excess of litter left behind, this event ended in 2009. But this didn't stop Isla Vista residents from continuing the fun as they took to the oceanside streets, renaming the event Deltopia. In April 2014, riots broke out during Deltopia weekend. Police officers were assaulted and law enforcement had to use tear gas in order to break up the riot of partygoers. A total of 412 arrests were made, but very few of the arrestees were students. This influx of out-of-towners struck a chord with the UCSB administration, who have since gone to great measures to limit the event, mainly by keeping it local. In the 3 years since the riots, these great measures have been followed with a zero-tolerance policy, along with a no-guest policy. In 2014, there were 15,000 people in attendance. In 2015, that number reduced to 10,000. Last year, there were even fewer partygoers, with 3,500, but this year it was an estimated 6,000 to 8,000 people. Despite the fact that UCSB has used $40,000 in advertisements to deter partygoers and outsiders from coming into Isla Vista, the event has still increased in comparison to the year before. Now we'll go to our reporter James Cox, who interviewed attendees to get their take on whether local efforts have paid off.
Thanks, Connor. I'm out here on the streets today to talk to some partygoers on how their Deltopia experience went.
I think they've done a pretty good job. I mean, sometimes I think the horses are a little bit much, but you know, they do a good job of keeping us safe. I mean, it's pretty necessary.
Didn't notice much of a difference from the past 2 years. It's pretty average, in control, and yeah.
Like this year was a little bit less crazy than last year and the year before.
I'd say the amount of police force, the concert definitely helped get people off the streets probably.
So that's all I have for you this week. Now back to you in the studio.
To end our segment on a lighter note, we've asked students to weigh in on a timeless debate, close to our hearts and our feet. Bikes or skateboards?
I'm here at the beautiful UCSB campus to get to the bottom of this debate. Bikes or skateboards?
Ooh. So I can't skate.
Bikes 100%.
But bikes are faster.
Bikes.
And I feel like they're less dangerous too.
Hey man, are you okay? I just noticed you took a little fall there.
It was rough.
You know, you can do a lot more on bikes. You can get places faster, and it works with the flow of traffic at UCSB.
Okay, bikes.
Skateboards.
Not scooters?
It's alright. In 5 words or less, why?
Utility.
Utility?
Efficiency. Safety. Yeah, those are my 3 words.
Bikes.
Bikes, definitely, yeah.
Skateboards cause ankle breakage.
Bikes or skateboards?
What?
Thank you for tuning in to the first ever episode of the Bottom Line broadcast. We hope you've enjoyed these segments and anticipate more to come. My name is Connor O'Brien, and this is The Bottom Line.